think a penis pump is just a novelty toy. Think again. It is actually an FDA-approved medical device used to rehabilitate erectile dysfunction and prevent permanent muscle shrinkage. But if you use it incorrectly, you aren't going to get the results you want. Today, I am breaking down the exact medical protocols you need to increase blood flow, prevent scar tissue, and potentially even add an inch in size. Here is the right way to use it.
Most men think losing peak performance is just getting old. I would tell you it's not. There's a natural, proven protocol doctors rarely talk about that will restore your confidence without side effects. It is called the My Get Heart System, and you can get that by joining the Modern Man Club today. Go to noedman.com. That's noedman.com, and I'll see you there. I use a penis pump for erection quality. It is the best tool. Thank you. I am a big advocate of penis pump. So you are not using the penis pump at all. You are really missing out on the best exercise equipment for your penis, okay? And it is an exerciser. It's like going to the gym to strengthen your shoulders or your biceps. It's exercising your penis. So that's good, Mr. Tula, that you're doing that. I start at 7.5-inch bone press erect, not 7.75, inside the pump, 8-inch bone. That's great. That is great. So if you're at 7.5, you're definitely in the top 10 percentile because the average erect length for a male penis is around 5.5 to 5.75 inches. Erect circumference is 4.75. Erect. So you are almost 2 inches above average. So you're probably in the top 10 percentile. And 80% of men think that they're smaller than they actually are. That's why I want to give you statistics to compare to, that you're probably normal than you think. But that's awesome. So let me know what your pumping schedule is like, because when you do the penis pumping, well, what are the benefits of penis pumping? A lot more than you think. And it's not just a device you should hear in porn or in Austin Powers, in Austin Powers, where you go to the airport, go to TSA, and they pull it out, and it's something dirty. It is not something dirty. It's actually an FDA-approved device for erectile dysfunction and for post-prostate surgery rehab. So FDA recognized it as a rehabilitation device for ED as well as a post-rehab. So it is not a sex toy. And second, it is an exerciser for your penis, because if you don't have sexual activity or you don't have morning wood, your penis doesn't get exercise unless you do your self thing, right? Unless you do solo, because it's a training device for your penis to be able to, what it feels like to have an erection, what it feels like to have blood flowing into the penis, and what it feels like to be rigid again and firm again. But if you don't have intercourse or you don't do solo, and if you don't have morning wood, the penis will actually become weak penis. What happens when you have a weak penis? It will shrink, it will become scarred down, the muscle will be weaker, and it will not be able to expand to allow more blood to go into the penis to get engorged. It's like if you don't exercise it, you actually do more harm than good. So it's kind of like your bicep. You don't go to gym, you don't exercise it gets weak. And then let's say you have a good night and you're hooking up, or you have a partner, or you're gonna get together. Well, you haven't had an erection in like 6 months or a year, and then you're trying to get an erection. It's gonna be a little difficult, right? Because the penis gonna go, wow, I haven't exercised in a while. I haven't had an erection in a while. It's gonna take me some time to get there. And then the whole time, if you're not having morning wood, then the penis muscle start to become scar tissue. When you look at the scar tissue, what do you appreciate? That is white, it's stiff, it doesn't move well. Well, that's what happened to the penis as well. When you have ED, the muscle becomes scarred down and it doesn't move well. And sometimes you'll feel nodules on the penis as well. So let's say you have a partner, an opportunity to do it, and then find out that, oh, it's harder to get there, it takes longer to get there, and it's not as firm. And then you start worrying about it. And then so the mindset start kicking in. So it becomes the spiral. Penis pump, what it does is that it exercises the penis to train it what it's like to have an erection. It prevents muscle shrinkage. It prevents tissue development. It will also actually increases nitric oxide in the penis muscle or the corpus cavernosum. It will also actually increase the nerve conduction in the muscle as well. So there are multiple benefits to using the penis pump other than the stigma of a sex toy. It's not a sex toy. It's more than that. It's an exerciser. So you really want to use it. Even if you don't have ED, it can also optimize. But one of the benefits of using the penis pump is that it does improve size and length as well as in girth. It does improve about an inch in length, erect length, as well as about an inch in girth as well. But with continued use, but if you stop using the penis pump, you will lose all the benefit of it. It's like when you're exercising. You stop going to the gym, your muscle will atrophy and go back to the way it was. Okay, same thing with your penis. All right, so it's healthy, keep you exercising. So if you're doing it for ED, you want to do it every day, twice a day. If you're doing it for size, then you probably should do it every day, probably 6 days a week. It takes a lot of time, but if you're doing it for maintenance, that's to keep things going, that way you don't get atrophy, then probably 2-3 times a week is probably reasonable. Where can you get the penis pump? You can get the penis pump at ednomore.com or check the link down below this video to get the penis pump so you can start exercising your penis again. Remember, you are only one pump away. How can we prevent testicles from getting sucked in during penis pumping? So these are your testicles, right? So if you're gonna do penis pumping, so here is the cylinder, and this is the pump I recommend for the manual pump, but you can also do the electric pump. That we have that at our store at ED No More. So first of all, when you're gonna start pumping, it'd be better if you shave around the base here, and then you put lube on the base and also on the whole entire shaft. All right, and you also put lube on the base of the cylinder and also inside the cylinder. Put lube. All right, and then you either stand or sit up as positioning. You stand against the wall, lean against the wall, or you sit on a chair, or you're sitting aside the bed with your legs on the ground. So what you want to do, you want to be able to see what you're doing, but you want to be able to also sit at a point where you can press the base of the cylinder against your pubic bone. Your pubic bone, the bone that sits right on top of your penis. You want to press against it like that to create a tight seal. And when you do that, pull your scrotum down. Pull your scrotum down like this. And don't get it stuck in. So you want it to kind of point it upward. Point the cylinder upward a little bit like this. And then when you're pointing upward, then you press down to put it against the pubic bone. So this the picture where the pubic bone is. This is your pubic bone right here. So this is the pubic bone that sits on top of your penis. This here is the bladder. This here is your prostate. And this is where the urethra, which is the tubing that goes from your bladder, goes to the prostate, and then it goes to the penis. That's how you urinate, okay? This right here is called the seminal vesicle, where sperm is stored. So that way sperm is released, to mix in with the semen, and then it gets propelled out through your penis. So you want to go at an angle like this, and then press down against the pubic bone, and then you want to position it sitting or standing, and then you pump slow, go slow, right? And you want to pump until you take about probably maybe 1 or 2 minutes to get about a 90 to 100% erection in the cylinder. You shouldn't go more than 10 millimeter of mercury gauge. You can see it on here. So how to prevent the testicles? It's constantly pulling it down as you do it, and then pushing the cylinder up and against your pubic bone. If you're older, then you tend to have more bigger scrotum that is more saggy, so you really have to pull down the skin in there. It takes practice. To be honest with you, it takes practice. 2-3 times, you'll get it. And you're not gonna harm yourself if the testicle do get sucked in to the cylinder. That's the case, and you just deflate and then do it again. But it takes practice. It's with anything. When you first ride a bike, it's not the first time. You have to ride a bike a few times for you to really get the hang of it. Same thing with the penis pump. You're not gonna get it in the first try, but you keep at it, you'll figure out a way. We show men how to use the penis pump in the office. First time, it's a little awkward. Most of them actually end up getting their testicles sucked in. But once they kind of figure out positioning and how it feels, because when your penis is in the cylinder, it feels like it's a lot of pressure, sometimes even some discomfort. I won't say pain, but discomfort and pressure that kind of happen. And honestly, there's nothing you can do with the penis pump that is gonna harm your penis. Your penis is not gonna explode in there, all right? If you go too fast, you may have some swelling and bruising, but that will go away in a couple of days. That's it. There's nothing you can do that will harm it. Even if it gets sucked, your testicle gets suctioned in, just stop, pull it out, all right? Yes, it is. There is some discomfort, but it takes time to get used to, okay? It really does.